Hey, man, really, really happy that you're here. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man, it's good to see you, brother.
Good to see you too. So 3 battles this weekend.
Yeah.
I saw you tweet about how the experience, obviously, a lot different than ones you've experienced in the past. Can you expound on that and give us a little bit of an idea of the environment?
Yeah, it's a moving camera, obviously. You guys see the footage, so like, usually nothing's moving when you're battling, like maybe people are, but
Mhm.
it's always tough when you have like a moving target. And I play to the camera sometimes, but usually it's a stationary camera. But you have someone pushing Avo who's seated, so there's two people like pushing this camera around, and maybe 20, 30 people inside of there, and it's hot as hell, like every like battle rap venue is. I mean, I think Mike Masters is the only one that usually provides air conditioning with their venues. But forever, that's why you guys aren't hip hop. But
And I don't like that either. I don't know why this is a session of just hitting folks.
Shit like that.
But it was easily 100 degrees in there. But it's dope because it's all MCs in there, man, and like it's easy to win over fans who paid to come to an event to cheer and they're ready to cheer. You know what I mean? But it's all MCs and it's all seasoned vets. Like Big K, Ars, Swave, Ilmac was there. Like Rosenberg's there, and they all have their homies there too. And it's like you have to win these people over. It's like these are your peers, and it's just a dope environment where you can't hide behind much. But shout out to ARP and RBE, man, especially Alvo. Like they're creating something really like really different.
Yeah.
And he gives us a different look for battle rap, and I'm big on that. Like we're trying to expand the format, and they're really doing like interesting matchups too. I think they're back at it soon. I don't even know if I could say that, but I think they're back at it too with another card. I'm not sure, but it was dope, man. It was a dope experience overall.
That's great. I think the one thing that resonates really big with me, especially in just regular person to person talks with you, is like different. And I read a comment that sparked a thought on RBE's channel, and it was that. Is there bigger things at work here potentially for ARP as far as creating something that is Netflixable, creating something that is to beable, creating something that is HBO Maxable? Haha, I knew it, dude. So like I think
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, dude, you do know, and that's okay.
No, I have no idea. That I will say, like, there's been such an umbrella over battle rap being like, you can't bring advertising dollars into it because of the content.
Yeah.
It's like, it talks about murder. I'm like, are you sure? Because I watched Saving Private Ryan. That seemed like it had a big budget. But
are you positive? Because the first scene in Inglourious Basterds is also the name of the movie. Anyway, go ahead.
It's like underlying like racist tones that we talk about battle rap. It's like, oh, the content still. It's like, bro, all this content we see other places, by the way. Like. So
you watched the Sexy Red video? Anyway, continue.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what their plan is, but I would love to see something like RBE or URL or KOTD. Really, there's Mike right there. What's up, Mike?
He said he's at work, but go ahead, keep going.
Mike randomly didn't like me for like 2 weeks because Cali Smooth purposely lied to him to tell him that EK told me all about you before their battle. I only heard about it later. I was like, oh, that's why Mike was acting weird to me at the event.
Oh, that's why he didn't dap me up. That's what's up. Okay.
Shout out to Mike, the homie. But no, I've always wanted, not that battle rap needs to be here, but I think when it gets national exposure like that on a big platform or streaming service or whatever it is, it elevates everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, we still need like 3 people in the crowd, a shitty camera, and 2 bad battlers just to even things out. But I love just the spectrum of all of it. So I hope someone does that soon. You know what I mean? Makes a deal with the streaming service or someone else with big pockets like that. Now that caffeine's gone, you know what I mean? To just give them more opportunity.
Yeah. So the reason I bring that up, and thank you for that insight, or at least opinion about it. But I think that there is something to be said about where battle rap can like sit in the stratosphere of entertainment for like hip hop and the scenery of it, like on a streamable platform outside of what it is currently like on YouTube. When you talk about advertising dollars, I made a joke about it, obviously, but like for real, there's plenty of money being flown into several several avenues of violence or what have you. And ultimately, what it comes down to is how is there like a break in the mold? And I just really think that there's something different with what ARP is doing with this. It looks like, I mean, obviously he's releasing the content 4 battles at a time on the, to his members first. And I just think that there's a bigger play at hand, and I appreciate it. And again, you and I have spoke about other plays that you've done in the past and what have you. And I don't care to go into those, but they have been with other layered things behind it. You don't always show your hand, but you do give some sort of insight into what your real, plans are going to be.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's like the thing is like we've always had the product. The product's always great, right? Shout out Isaac. Isaac, thanks for dropping by. The product's always been great, but now we have multiple people that have great product. You, organic, you, Smack and Beasley, and then like ARP, who actually have business sense as well. Before it was like battle rap was so young. It's like we just had the product and didn't know what to do with it. And
Mm,
now, like, I love the era of the last 10 years where like street niggas know the internet now, and it's kind of it's been like the great equalizer. You know what I mean? Back before was like, 20 years ago, the internet was only ran by like nerds, which is cool,
it is.
but now like some of us are getting more exposure and cutting out middlemen to get brand deals and maybe bigger opportunities. So I dig that, man. I really believe like the opportunity is out there. Not saying battle rap isn't enough right now where it's at, because it's enough for me right now. I don't need it to grow anymore. I just want people to keep winning. But if someone wants that type of spotlight with a streaming service or a network or something, I'm like, we have the people in place to do it. It's no longer talking to like someone who doesn't know how to be approached or approach other businessmen to know what to negotiate in a contract now. We have knowledgeable people that own leagues now that can actually make these things happen. So it's dope, man. I think it's like really exciting. I hope something does happen.
Yeah, no, that's great. Okay, moving on from that. Big K, Coach Corleone, catching that. I thought Big K took the first two. I thought Coach's third was nasty. I mean, that's not to say that he didn't go in on his first two. I do think the dog struck again. And then, any quick thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think the what you'll see in the Big K battle is kind of what saw similar to my Ill Will battle, where it's like there's so many intangibles you can have as a battle rapper that sometimes like charisma and personality sometimes wins out no matter what's going on.
Mm,
And Big K just has this like people know what Big K is, and he's just like I don't give a fuck no matter how much you're rap, how passionate you are. It almost works against you because Big K is just like shrug it off my shoulders type of guy. You know what I
that's
mean?
right.
So yeah, I thought his energy was kind of carrying the first one or two rounds. You know what I mean? But that shit's debatable. But I thought Big K's energy, and because of like in that room, there's probably more people that are used to supporting Big K and used to knowing how he raps. Like the thing is like in those rooms, um, sometimes you don't have people in there that are familiar with you, and when people are familiar with you, it makes them easier to cheer for you. you
Mm,
know. And Coach has been on his shit. He's been really grinding, but he just hasn't been around as long as Big K. And like Big K's brand as soon as he walks in the room. So if he says a simple joke, which he did, like I hate white people, you know what I mean? That it becomes a haymaker, like because we know Big K. Maybe the people aren't as familiar with Coach Corleone, even though they will be because he's going to be a star. But like, yeah, I feel like Big K's energy carried that battle.
yeah. And then we had, oh my God, Arsenal versus Rosenberg Raw. Yo, um, off top for me, what type of bag was Arsenal in, yo? Like, incredible what this guy can continue to do. Rosenberg was no slouch. I appreciate that, even though I appreciate he was punching in there. I just think that Arsenal he had just highly, just better performance, I guess the best way to put it. And then, it's just too strong, like just too strong.
Bro, ours is the bros. He's really showed me love over the years. We've kind of become better friends. He was like streaming from my house when he was in town. Like so we're pretty like we've become better, bro. He was part of the Crashing Out series that I did, and
Hmm.
I will be honest. Like about like 2 years ago, I thought ours kind of dried up. I was like, oh, you can tell his heart's not in it. He's like made too much money off of battle rap. He's got other stuff going on, and that's more of a credit to him than a slight. And when I had him on like my Crashing Out series, I was like, oh, I'm catching him when he's kind of slipping. But bro, then I forgot, bro. even me, who's like the biggest Arsenal fan, who's like one of my first battle rappers I ever looked up to.
That's right.
I forgot when Ars gets into this pocket of like staying on the same rhyme scheme for 16 bars, 24 bars, 32 bars, and his projection gets louder and louder. As a fan, you're just lulled into this like almost like a rockabye because his rhythm of his rapping is so cool and he's staying on the same thing. You know, and what you'll see, and you see this now is like people are so punch crazy in battle rap that they'll switch the rhyme scheme so often, like every 4 or every 2.
That's
But
right.
ours is like, bro, I'm not adapting to the new wave. It's like I'm gonna rap like this. This is how I write rap verses. This is how I write battle verses. I like this rhyme pattern, and it sounds good. So like the syllables sound good, so I'm gonna stay on it. And in the second round, it was like, oof, Rosenberg's energy went down. Ars's went up. He stayed in the same rhyme pocket, and then you just have this glimpse of like, not to say Ars is even washed up. I'm just saying how great he's been for so
Of
long.
course. Yeah.
It's like thinking Jordan on the Wizards was washed up, but then he hits you for 30. You're like,
Ugh.
oh, I forgot it's still Jordan.
Okay. That's my fault.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Mike. Yeah, it's still
Yeah. Yeah.
Mike. You know?
Okay. Okay. So I could go to. Okay. That's right. I
Yeah, and
didn't
his
know that he
energy
still can
is
hit
there.
hit us for 39. All right.
Yeah, there's nothing like better for me who's like a fan first. It's like it's nothing better than watch a legend get back into that bag. You're like, that's what makes that guy great. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like seeing like the Rolling Stones in concert or something, and they start playing the hits. You're like, yeah, I forgot, bro. And like I think Rosenberg's energy was a little lower, and Arceus just kept getting better. And it's like, damn, like I don't know. Him and Ines probably are my favorite two in terms of like listening to patterns when they battle rap. You know.
Mhm.
And our voice is like a little more aggressive. So when he got into that bag, he did it versus me in the second round, but I was like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. He's getting into this bag that I forgot about. And he did it to Rosenberg too. And so when I was there, I was just kind of smiling and be like, oh man, he did it again. You know? So yeah, I thought that was pretty convincing, even though, Rosenberg's the bros and he had some good shit. I just think Ars's energy carried it as well. Yeah.
I agree. There's a Venn diagram that I feel like is happening right now, and I heard JC talk about this recently. That there's you know rappers who happen to battle, and then folks that are only battle rapping, and they're not like making songs and stuff. And so there's this collision course that's happening right now, and I just got reminded of that when you were bringing up Arsenal of like not co- combing or like adapting his style
Yeah.
to what is now, because it's very punch heavy, and that's all good. Like punches are great, obviously they're fun, they're entertaining, but there is something happening like with Eunice and JC battling recently at Nexus, which it was fucking insane too. Eunice is fucking dog, like, and when you battled him, what the fuck are we doing anyway? So what I'm saying is that like there's this collision course happening, and obviously what happens, what how's that going to break, or what's going to happen after that? What are you seeing from the circles that you're in about talks around like this literal crash course that's happening?
Yeah, I think I've been on this like authenticity reigns supreme in battle rap, and it's like minimalized right now because there's trends in battle rap that happen. And it's so crazy to watch battle rap flip on its head that because of like the ripple effect of twerk and nitty, everyone's gone so punchline crazy and trying to say the craziest haymaker possible that they've kind of forgot about how it started. That was like having your own style of rap is really important, whether it's disrespect, whether it's rhythmatic, whether it's whatever. And so now that we've gotten just like drunk off of punchlines over the last 8 to 7 years in battle rap, we feel like the old style of battle rap is new, you know, because
Oh
it's like the
yeah.
minority. Yeah, because it's like the minority now because so many kids have joined battle rap and they're trying to be twerking idiot with the punchlines that once we hear the original thing, we're like, oh, that's actually different, and it's like almost if you're a young fan, it feels different to you. If you're an old fan, it's like you're reminded of why you liked battle raps, like that authenticity and originality. Like battle rap used to be. I mean, I love where it's at, but it's like that's why geography used to be so important in battle rap because people rapped differently in different places in the country, you know. But when Twerk and Nitty gets so famous, it doesn't matter if you're from Iowa or like Florida, you want to rap like Twerk and Nitty. But Ars is always going to rap like he's from Jersey. Rosenberg's always going to act like he's from PA, and that's how. And when you get those two people together, it's a reminder of like, oh, that's what makes rap good is the difference.
Well, that's well said. I mean, we got facts from Kid Poetic. You need to punch, but it's necessary to rap for real. It's about to blow and level up. Yeah, I agree, Tom. I mean, punching is dope. It's fun. It's incredible. And I think you put a really, a good button on that. All right. Well, let's talk about it. you and Ill Will. I watched it for the third time this morning, Dang, and I'm blown away by the third from you. The first you came out swinging. Ill Will's first was I'm just going to break it down on my end first, and then I want to hear your thoughts on it. I thought Ill Will's first was, I think he was focusing on the fact that it was like 230 that you had written, 240 or something like that. And so I just just get into your joint, and you're a legend. Like just let's run. His second, I think, was the closest. That's the most arguable round for him. And then, but in that second as well, what line did you have? I just wrote it down here.
Who knows? You know, this is math test. As soon as it's over, it's out of my
Yeah,
brain.
it's out of my brain. But then, and then in the third, the big line haymaker that I always generally get from you that not a lot of people do is you're talking you do a lot of talk to soul type of stuff, and the what did you say, top tier but he's bottom tier. Say that one. You know that one. You say you know it.
Yeah. And well, the whole like angle, now when I write like an angle round, I like put a thesis up when I'm writing it and be like, oh, this is my thesis. I want to prove this in this round. And all of my lines have to support that thesis now, if I'm not just like around where I'm punching. And that was like, man, Ill Will's one of the biggest names in battle rap that hasn't done shit outside of it. That was the thesis, right? Whether it's
sure
true or not, not taking shots at Will, but like all of his contemporaries have all of his contemporaries have had a lot of success outside of it. And so has he to some degree. But I'm like, man, if I had your exposure, I would have leveraged this into that. So I think midway in the middle round, I was like, this doesn't feel right. How lazy he is in real life. Like, fuck if you top tier if a nigga live in bottom tier in real life. And that to me is like, that to me is shit I really care about. Like, I learned a lot from B Dot as we got better friends, and boy, does battle rap miss him. But it's like I try to, me, like in battles now, I really rap what's important to me. It's ownership, it's education, it's like keeping the black dollar inside of the black community, brown dollar too, and sure. Like owning what we have now. It's like a post Nipsey. It's like we got to own our creativity now. We can't keep giving it away for free or not leveraging the royalties on it, the residuals on it, and that means a lot to me now. And so kind of like angle that against Will and be like, man, you got 30 million views, but you don't own any of it, So just thought that would be a cool angle. But the thing is like when I got closer to B Dot, we'd always would argue of like, we can't just keep in battle rap focusing on the problem, and be like, you don't do this, you don't do this, you don't do this. This is what's wrong without offering a solution, So the first half was like, you're not doing this. But since I consider you my brother, let me build and not destroy. And then give him an example of the second half of the round, what you should be doing,
That was so insane. Actually, I want to clip that just to be like, hey, take notes just real quick on how to monetize, like how to.
Yeah, man. Like we can always hit other leagues, and you can definitely always get a bag from other leagues. And that's important too, growing other leagues. But at some point, it's really important to own a partial, or if not all, just a little part of like your own art. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely,
and be compensated for it. So I thought that was a cool angle. I hope it comes across well. I know the audio struggled a little bit in it, but I hope it's a good battle, man. When I took Ill Will, he's the kind of guy that does the things. He's really good at the things I'm not good at.
And what would that be?
He projects so well.
Oh,
like I have like this like nasally voice that is like a 6-inch whisper. But like Will projects so well, and Will can be funny and like show all these sides of his personality. He doesn't miss. Sometimes I take too much of a risk and can't do that. So like I knew that he was going to be a tough opponent, which actually got me more excited for it. But like I hope it just comes across like good for the people. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You guys can watch that now. I just put it in the comments here. You guys can watch it now on RBE's channel. It's available to members. $3.99, I believe, is and ARP is consistently putting content out for his members. So it's great. With that said, I'm going to do a quick segue, but I want to get back to the battle for just 2 seconds. But do a quick segue because we're talking about members. Last Second C. Let's talk about it. You've rolled out a schedule and everything. How are things on that front for your YouTube channel? We're a member from Mike Master, so talked about that. How's things going on that end?
Yeah, man. Thanks to all the talent that helps us build Last Second See, all the battle rappers, from Lou Castro, Geechee, Jazz, Daylight. But we all have content. Daylight breaks down battles. Geechee and Jazz break down face-offs, which seems to be our most popular show now. We even have web series, different podcasts from other people where you get the content 60 days in advance if you're a member. And then there's a lot of, once a month, there's exclusive content that always stays exclusive on the Last Second See page. But a lot of your favorite battle rap superstars breaking down like exclusive content that only lives there, and I take that money, and I think now I'm taking 10% of it. I should check with Geechee and Jazz, but for the Geechee and Jazz show, I just give them that money. You know what I mean? It's like, it's their talent, it's their hard work. They come to my house, we shoot out of the garage. So when you subscribe to Last Second See, that money goes right back into the talent and just lets us continue to keep doing that. You know what I mean? Shout out to Hoodie in the chat.
Yeah, hell yeah. Okay. Everyone, go subscribe, become a member. Last Second See, continuing to put out great content. They have multiple podcasts, as EK just mentioned. Are there any new show projects that are coming about? What can you speak on? What can't you speak on?
Yeah, I think when I finally was waved the white flag on battling, everyone kind of cashed in their favors. It was like, let me get you one more time for this. So I had to extend it to this year, but that kind of halted all of the writing for the web series. But I think I'm maybe 2 battles away. This week I'm in Toronto for Beast Mode. Shout out to Pepe. It's me and Grip Slow. It's Pepe versus Loso. So I'm leaving on Friday for Toronto. And then I have another battle on another Canadian league that I cannot say that might have the card of the year. And then I'm clear after that. I think I'm free. So as soon as I free up from these last battles, I wanted to make sure I got all of my attention, and then I can pivot back to finishing Reggie season 2 with Jazz and Lou. It's already written. We just have to produce it and shoot it now. Get back right into Gray Area. Then there's there's 2 more series coming from Last Second See that'll have your favorite battle rapper star in it that I'm really, really excited about. So it's on the horizon. I would probably say at the end of this year, you'll see the web series start to boom again.
Awesome. Hell yeah. I appreciate hearing that shit, man. That's what's up.
Do me a favor.
Whoops, I hit the wrong one, dog. These are way too close sometimes, bro. All right, okay. All right. So really quick, back to the Ill Will, just with the total breakdown being done, after the battle's over with, you've got everything, all your material out and everything, Fallout. What's your debrief feel like? How's that feel like?
Well, that's a good question. And my routine, I call it getting in tune with the material. It's not just writing it, but you really have to get in tune with it for me, which is spend a lot of time with it. And when you know your material well enough to forget it, where it's not you're performing it anymore, it's just automatic. The game day, this was early. It was noon. We had to be at the venue, so it's early. But game day, I usually I do a cocktail of a bunch of different influences before I battle. There's the thumbs up. A bunch of different influences before I battle. So I'll listen to Nipsey for 30 to 40 minutes, and then I'll listen to affirmations of success and visualizing that you've already won, visualizing the biggest parts of your battle, and do a guided meditation through that. And then I'll for the next 2 hours, I'll listen to Mike Tyson and Bruce Lee motivational stuff, because I think that balances it out, aggression and knowledge,
Yeah.
And what's crazy is they thought I was going on at 1, so I'm sitting outside the car. I can't really bullshit before the battle, I'm just sitting out the car, sinking deeper and deeper into the material. And what I've found is the deeper I sink into the material and get locked in it, it's the better it comes across, and that's people in my life having to sacrifice too. You can't talk to Assad, leave him alone for a while so he can sink deeper into it. And the deeper I'm into it, the better it is. So I ramp up, listen to all my stuff, go into the venue, and they're actually, it's going to be another hour. So I'm oh, so go back, which is normal for battle rap. But I thought I was going, so go back into the car, sink deeper and deeper, and keep in mind, this, I'm a heady person, but this is actually mentally fatiguing, because it's actually listening to pump up music for 6 hours. Because that's the level of focus is just draining. So I finally go in there, ramp up again, battle, and then it's just this wave of extreme fatigue afterwards. Like,
Just
because
after you're done.
after you're done, it's just like I'm pouring sweat. It's 100 degrees. You focus so much, and it's not physical fatigue. It's just like mental fatigue from trying to be that deadlocked into like delivering a product. And I put a lot of pressure on myself. Like I tell myself, like people don't get many chances to be great. You have this one chance to be great, and that's what separates you from being normal and being great. So I put a lot of pressure on myself in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And so when it's over, it's just like this depletion of all your energy, and you have to return back to being a human. And like I had a friend flying in from Utah because we were going to a music festival right after. So after that, I was just like completely drained. Went to a music festival, did white people drugs, and listened to EDM music for
That's great.
basically.
Yep. No, that's good. We don't need to name them. All good.
There goes the monetized for this.
Yeah. Let's move on. No. I really appreciate the sinking into your stuff and the thesis. Like that's great. Like, okay, this is what I'm going to talk about, and then this is like the point I'm going to get across, and then going down. You can tell in your thirds. Well, throughout all your rounds, now that you're saying that, like hindsight's 2020, I guess, and like you could tell that you have really owned it and are like, I am giving you what. Like a part of me right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Pause. I don't know what the fuck. But for real, like in the third, at the end of the third, when you just like that, when you said, how is his name when he doesn't show it? Or what did you say? Like being named Will and clearly not having enough of it. Oh my God. And then just like the expulsion of energy, just like blah, fucking, that's just a lot. Like, for battle rappers that are listening right now, or anyone that takes in that does any sort of art form, especially within just any sort of art, like immersing yourself within it, I think is key in order to be able to project exactly what you want to get across.
Yeah, man. And plus, like the world will tell you, like, don't use your anger and don't lash out and don't do like battle rap gives you an excuse to do that. It's like the perfect venue and the perfect avenue to do that. So like if you're a person that struggles with anger, if you're a person that wants to yell and like society and the world is like, hey, don't yell in traffic, don't yell at people, and you're a battle rapper, you're not using that opportunity to like lose your shit. You have, I don't know, I feel like you're kind of obligated to, man. It's like the perfect environment to just be like, bro, you can just be a flawed person and we celebrate that here. You know what I mean? So yeah, I was, me, I usually have a low delivery. I'm not yelling that much, but in that battle, kind of felt it because I knew I had to match Will's intensity because he's just so fucking great at projecting. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Big shout out, Toma. What's up, man? Thanks for joining. Let's go. Appreciate you. Yeah, dropping gems. Brooke, we see you.
Right man, that's the homie. Yeah,
dropping gems.
Yeah, Brooke. Shout out to Brooke. Shout out to Toma for knowing the slogan.
Shout out, eh? Yeah. Okay, so we're done.